Alright, hey there folks, and let me just say, hopefully you guys have been having a more productive week than I have. Busy. But anyways, let's stop talking about all that, let's take a look at this new trailer, and let's see what's going on with Fire Emblem Heroes and the new characters that we're getting. I will say, Binding Blade by the looks of it. Is that a bow? Is that a red bow? Please tell me that's a red bow. Oh man.
Hi there, I'm Larum. I may not look it, but I'm part of the Resistance.
Okay, I have no idea who you are, but again, I'm just going to say this real quick in advance. I am sorry if I don't, or, I'm not familiar with some of these characters. I did not play, the Binding Blade, unfortunately. Do need to get around to doing that, though. At least get a ROM, get all the English stuff going. Anyways, all right. Let's take a look at Larum, who is an infantry dagger unit, but also is a dancer, which is kind of familiar to another dancer we got recently. But anyways, Dragon Slasher Plus is her weapon. It is inheritable to others, and it is definitely going to be a really big bummer for a lot of those dragon foes. God, they've been kicked to the curb lately. So, effective against dragon foes, no surprise, Dragon Slasher. Disables units and foes' skills that change attack priority after combat. If unit attacked, inflicts, the typical... Wow, wait a second. Did they just remove the Dagger 7 thing? I completely just... Wow, all right. Looks a little bit better without all that crap going on there. But I'm wondering if that's just intentional or not. Either way. Dance. No surprises there. It says so in her title. And then, of course, we have Disarm Trap 3. Hooray. Speed Res Gap 3. And that's a new ability, which is at the start, grants speed and res, at the start of turn, grants speed and res +5 to ally with the highest speed plus res total for one turn. That excludes the unit that has the ability, so in this case, Larum, or any other unit you may inherit it to. So, well, I can safely say I don't think this character is going to be demoted. Not only does she have a really insane weapon for dagger units out there, she also has a pretty sizable skill slot options, at least in the C skill slot option, and I'm sure some of you out there who like disabling traps might really enjoy having Disarm Trap. Don't know if it's really going to be that useful, though, but still, Larum looks fun. And it looks like her attack might be a bit better than Tethys. It's hard to tell, really. But, Knightly Ideal.
We must end this war soon, for the sake of all those who cannot defend themselves.
Alright, so we got Percival, and let me just say, I love the name, and I like his voice a lot. Very, very nice. Prized Lance. Oh boy, what do we got? Accelerate Special Trigger. Of course, we have to have that. At the start of combat, if foe's HP equals 100%, grants attack, speed, defense, and res +4. Of course, during combat. And, just gonna continue on here, and inflicts special cooldown charge -1 on foe per attack. So, this character in his weapon has a slaying weapon, a weapon that grants him +4 to every stat, granted he hits the, threshold when it comes to enemies, and then also happens to have a guard-like effect built into the weapon as well. That's just, that, if there was ever... I'm pretty sure we're hitting the peak when it comes to Cavalier Lancers now. Seriously. That weapon right there is ridiculous. And then you look at the rest of his kit. Luna, cool. Attack and defense solo 3, which based on what I'm seeing, he definitely wants to be solo at least, or not adjacent to any of his allies, because, of course, we're going to have an additional +6 to his attack and defense if he's solo. Then we also have lull attack speed, which is just going to give him more attack and more speed because the foe is going to be permanently dealing with a constant attack and speed -3 during combat, as well as, neutralizing any sort of fortifies or rallies during combat. Fun stuff. Then you add in Rouse, Defense, and Res 3, which is, well, that's as long as he's by himself, not adjacent to any allies, he's going to get Defense and Res +6. So I think you guys can understand what's going on here. Attack upon attack upon attack upon, stats. That is a busted-ass unit. I just don't know what to say. Seriously. Look at him.
I'll stake my life.
Still a fantastic voice, though. My God. Oh.
Without effort, there can be no peace. I must keep at it.
Echidna. Okay, so, Was not expecting that. I'm well aware of her, at least, her name and everything, but just suddenly, a meme popped up into my head and was like, oh, hey, look, there's Larum, Percival, and Knuckles. Perfect, but no, all right. So, I'm just going to say this about Echidna right now. Yeah, that is definitely going to be a demote unit. There's no other ways, ifs, ands, or buts about it. Jesus Christ. But she does have something unique, at least, when it comes to bringing something to that pool, at least. That, of course, is Rear Guard Plus. For those who aren't familiar with, things like Safeguard or Barrier Blade, these are the weapons that, buff up defense or res as long as they are initiated on. Axes did not really have that, so I guess it's nice to finally see this brought in to, axes, which is something that they definitely need more of. Guess since we got Fire Sweep Axe, we're now getting Rear Guard Plus, which, cool. More options, always nice. And apparently we also didn't have Brazen Speed Res 3 before? What? That's new. I'm not so sure about that one. Very, very odd. But outside of that, the rest of her kit just kind of looks a little awkward. Just a little weird. Definitely going to be a demotion based on kit alone. Hopefully she has some really great stats, though.
What a pity.
She's going up against a Brave Bow unit. Ah, man. All right. Please tell me. Please. I saw that bow.
My
Yeah!
bow arm is strong. I can help you.
Oh my god, you have no idea. Holy sh... Okay. Well, you remember how people made jokes about red bow units not existing and probably not being very good? What I'm seeing right now is the grossest thing I could ever imagine right now when it comes to a unit. Like, oh, goodness gracious me. All right, so we have Guardian's Bow. That's her weapon, her exclusive weapon. And this accelerates special trigger. Wow, what a surprise. And, typical flying stuff. But if unit's speed is above foe's speed, inflicts attack speed defense -5 on foe during combat. So she gains an additional attack and speed. And just, oh my god, that's gross. And then we're going to talk about Blazing Wind in a second. We have Life and Death 4. I find it very strange, Life and Death 4. It gives attack and speed +7, but does not really hit your defense and res too hard as the rest of them. This is strictly just, it's 5. That's not life and death, guys. That's life and barely living. Like, it's not really hurting it too much, guys. Ah, God, I was hoping that maybe it would actually be more of a counterbalance there, but nope. That is a straight power creep of Life and Death, Life and Death 3, without really any of the massive consequences that come from that. All right, well, let's move on. Let's talk about Special Spiral 3. Ah, man. Remember how I said, we were talking about Blazing Wind? Well, guess what? She's also going to be AoE happy here. So, that's just scary in its own way. Think about this. We have Special Spiral. We have Pulse Smoke as well in her C skill, which means that she's all about not only doing a lot of damage, she's also about just basically being able to, at least from her base kit, AoE constantly, and debuff her foes by getting rid of their special cooldown. Great. That's just gonna knock it up a notch, and I'm sure a lot of people are going insane just looking at that, but yeah. Goodness gracious, Life and Death 4. Oh, man. Alright, let's move on. That is one gross-ass unit, though. Holy crap. Greene, by the way? I'm sorry if I didn't get her name right. I didn't even get a chance to say that. I was just blown away by that kit. Holy crap. I also saw Thor there. That means that maybe Thor will actually be in the story. Ha 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 ha, right? Anyways. Okay. We also have Chad. He will be available as your next 3- and 4-star hero, as a dagger unit as well. Hopefully, he will provide some more options to you in case you want to go with it. But we also have a new unit, free unit. I believe it's Tempest Trial this time around, if I saw the notification correctly. And that, of course, is, I'm going to butcher this name, Brunya? And I have no idea who that is, but I'm really glad to see all of these characters brought into this world. And just, even if I don't know them too well, it's always a fun experience just to, get to know them a lot more. And I'm definitely I really kind of want to try out Echidna a bit more, just to see if we can't make something crazy out of her with her stats, but God, Greene, her kit is the most disgusting thing I've seen in the game lately, which is saying quite a bit. Yeah. All right. Well, I would love to know what you guys think in the comments below. And, you know, if you want, I'm also going to be leaving a comment about where I've been in the last bit. You don't have to. But thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to leave a like. And if you want more Heroes News, granted, with everything that's been going on, you know, stay tuned to the channel. Maybe subscribe as well. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.